What if I told you that humanity was born guilty? That before we even took our first breath, we were already carrying the consequences of a sin committed thousands of years ago? This idea is called original sin, one of the most foundational and debated concepts in Christianity. But what exactly is original sin? Where did it come from? And do all Christians believe in it the same way? Let's explore the origins, evolution, and impact of original sin. The origins of the doctrine. To understand original sin, we need to go back all the way to the beginning, Genesis, the first book of the Bible. According to the story, God created Adam and Eve and placed them in the Garden of Eden. They were innocent and in perfect harmony with God. But there was one rule: do not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. But tempted by the serpent, Eve eats the fruit, and so does Adam. This moment is known as the fall, when humanity first disobeyed God. Now, here's the key point. In Christianity, this disobedience didn't just affect Adam and Eve. It changed human nature itself. What is original sin? Original sin is the belief that because of Adam and Eve's sin, all human beings inherit a sinful nature. In other words, we're not just born into a sinful world. We are born with sin. It's not about what you do, it's about what you are. Catholicism teaches that this sin stains the soul from birth. That's why infants are baptized, to wash away original sin. Protestants also believe in original sin, but they differ on what baptism does. Some see it more symbolically, while others believe grace alone, not rituals, removes the stain. But one thing is common. Without divine help, humans are seen as morally broken from the start. Saint Augustine in theology. The idea of original sin existed early, but it was Saint Augustine, in the 4th century, who shaped it into doctrine. He argued that Adam's sin was passed down through generations, like a spiritual disease. Even newborns, he said, have inherited guilt, and that guilt deserves punishment unless it is removed by God's nature. Augustine's ideas became central in Western Christianity, especially in Catholicism and later Protestantism. But not all Christians agreed. Differences among Christians. While Western churches accepted Augustine's view, Eastern Orthodox Christians took a different path. They believe humans inherit the consequences of Adam's sin, like death and suffering, but not the guilt. In their view, we are born spiritually wounded, but not morally guilty. Modern debates also question original sin. Some Christians see it as symbolic, a myth that explains the human condition. Others reject it entirely, saying, "Why should we be punished for a sin we didn't commit?" Why it matters. Original sin isn't just a dusty old doctrine. It's the foundation for how many Christians understand human nature, the need for salvation, the role of Jesus Christ. If we are broken from birth, then we need someone to fix us, and that's where Jesus comes in. His death and resurrection, Christians believe, makes it possible to overcome sin and restore the lost connection with God. So whether you believe it literally or symbolically, the idea of original sin continues to shape Christian thought and the way many people view themselves and the world. What do you think? Is original sin a spiritual truth, a metaphor, or a misunderstanding? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Christian theology, subscribe for more religious comparisons and origin stories, right here on Nerd Origins.